The gentleman from South Carolina, Mr. Inglis, is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Korin, are you available to run for president? If we
let me just interject. I am told, notwithstanding the absence of lights, there is a vote. We have about 12 minutes. Okay. We'll probably have a chance for 2 people.
Good. So I need her answer as whether she's available to run for president. It's amazing the clarity with which you're speaking, and I also find it amazing our inability to hear and receive it. And I wonder if we're sort of like the guy that goes out on the beach and he thinks he's doing all right, except he's one of these guys like me that turns into a lobster at the beach. And along comes this most unfortunate event when the lifeguard starts pulling down the stand, and he's an incredibly fit, tan fellow, and we're now feeling like wimps because we got 3% of the world's known oil reserves, and it hurts our feelings. I think that's what's going on here. I mean, it just hurts our feelings that we're found out to not have but 3%. I mean, we got these little bodies, and but the guy that turns into a lobster at the beach may be a fabulous baseball player, not in my case, and so you change the game. You get off the beach and you say, come on, fella, let's go to the baseball diamond and let's compete there. So rather than go to the baseball diamond, we keep slugging it out on the beach, hoping, I guess, to put on more sunscreen and get the shirts on. Could everybody put shirts on here on the beach? And so then we could cover up our problem. So it's amazing to me that the resistance that we're finding to this incredible triple play of the next American century. If we could get to the baseball diamond and say we're going to create jobs with new technology, we're going to save the automobile industry in Michigan with GM bringing in the Volt, we're going to clean up the air, and we're going to improve the national security of the United States. We can knock it out of the park if we just get off the beach and get to the baseball diamond. So Jim Woolsey sat there a while back and said, we want to ruin the day of the Iranian oil minister? Announce a 500-mile-per-gallon plug-in hybrid. You will ruin his day. So it's amazing to me, this resistance we have. But I wonder, on the national security point, any idea of whether the market, folks on this side of the aisle believe in markets, and I believe that we have the solution to this if we were but bold enough to say it and to stick to our market principles. The question, though, is whether the market accurately reflects the security risk that the United States is running by this dependence on oil. Anybody got a response to that?
I don't think the market is accurately reflecting the security risk. Many people in this country cannot buy a loaf of bread or go to the doctor without getting into their car. We are incredibly, incredibly dependent on oil for the very structure of our economy and our way of life. And so the market doesn't reflect that because people can't take into account catastrophic risk. They can take into account some disruption, but not abqaiq, right? 2/3 of Saudi oil supply being removed off the market by a terrorist attack. They tried. At some point, they'll succeed. So we're not taking that into account, and that's why we need to act very, very swiftly to change the game, to change the terms of the debate, and get fuel choice into the transportation sector, lowest hanging fruit flex fuels, then plug-in hybrids, so Americans can buy a loaf of bread, go to the doctor, take their kids to school with competitive fuels that are not oil-based.
We pay one way or the other. We pay something at the pump, but we also pay with entanglement in foreign wars. We pay with pollution. We pay with a variety of other ways. Absolutely, Congressman. We do not pay the full price of oil at the pump.
I'm going to cut the gentleman short just because of the vote. I've seen him swim. He's a shark, not a lobster.